Hi there, I am Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty, and this is a Norwell Council on Aging card class for fall and Halloween cards, and I'm going to show you how you put your kits together. You should have everything that you need except for glue, or if you have double-sided tape, that would work as well, but I think I'm going to do everything here with just some glue. So you can follow along. I think we're going to start with the two fall cards first. Actually, I think we'll start with this one, with the birch trees first. And I really like this card because it opens up and you have this pretty paper, and then you have a place for your inside message. So it's kind of a different fold than the standard card. So the envelope you want to grab has the one that with the birch trees. You have two aspen, I guess they're birch leaves. They kind of look like aspen leaves. Pretty paper, a little mint kind of color. And you may, I'm not sure if I poked all the pieces out in your birch trees. I think I did for this one. But if you have any pieces remaining, just kind of poke them out. A toothpick works out really well for that. Okay, so the first thing you're going to notice on this, it's actually called soft sea foam, this color. It has a score mark with like a 1/2 inch tab here. So you want to fold it, increase it. So the tab is actually going to go, it's going to go this way. And what we're going to do is put this paper on top of the tab, and that's what's going to give us that extra opening layer. So I'm just going to use this white glue. Again, if you have glue or if you have a tape runner, you can use that. So I'm just going to put glue on this tab so it's facing up. And then I have this pretty paper, make sure I'm having it in the right direction. And it's just going to go right on the tab so that they're actually going to be the same size. So it opens up like that. I'm going to flip it over and put some glue on the back side, and then I'm going to put in our card. If any time while you're putting your cards together I'm going too fast, all you need to do is pause it. Just press pause, and when you're ready, then press play again. All right, so here's our card. So it opens up this, I just love these birch trees. And then we have these two leaves, and you can put them anywhere you want. If you want them on the front, or if you want them on the inside layer, or if you want them on the inside of your card like that. And I think I'll just put mine right there, but you can put yours wherever you want. Like that. So your first card is done. So there you go. So you know you can write a nice message. It can be a fall card. It can be for any reason. If there's a birthday or thinking of you or Thanksgiving or any card season, any card reason for the season. All right. So our next card is going to look like this. We have similar leaves. They're just bigger, and with this pretty fall paper. And then I put one of the smaller leaves on the inside. So really, you couldn't get much simpler, because everything's already cut out for you. You have your card base, and actually yours is probably already folded in half because it's in the envelope. So we are just going to put this pretty piece on top of the card base. And it works so that there is about a 1/8 of an inch border along all sides. So it fits in just like that. I think the paper's doing all the work for us because it's so pretty. And you can put your leaves wherever you want. This is my sample. You can copy them like that, or you can put them anywhere you want. I think I'll just, for this, copy what I did. I know they're not quite accurate leaf colors, but I kind of picked the colors of the paper. All right, after the wind we had this weekend, it seems like a lot of the leaves have fallen to the ground. And then I've already tied your bow for you, so you can just, and if it's too long, you can play with it. If you want it smaller, just kind of play with it. And you can trim. Again, if the tails of the bow are too long, go ahead and trim it, but I'd rather it be too long than too short for you. So I think I'm going to put that right there. And that will take a second to dry, but I'm actually I'm taking that off for a second. I'm going to put my leaf on the inside, and then I'll stick that bow right back on. Okay. Put that right back where it was. And I would normally hold it for a few seconds till it dried or put something on it heavy, but for right now I'm just going to push it aside so we can do the next card. So I'll carefully put it aside. All right. So those were our 2 fall or autumn cards, and now we're going to move on to Halloween. So we'll do this one first. So you either have this kind of diamond background paper, or you have the stripe paper. So I'm going to do one with the stripe so you can see what they both look like. You're going to have a frame here with some little branches. You have a little haunted house. You have a happy Halloween. And just so you know, I did that on the computer, which is kind of cool how you can. And I realized I am missing a piece, so I'll be right back. The magic of editing, I ran and grabbed my piece. All right, so we have those pieces, we have a moon, and we have 3 bats. And then we have a black bow, some twine, and white for the inside, and your black base. So I'm just going to fold this in half. It's already scored. Get easy. And I'm actually just going to start on the inside this time. I'm going to put the white paper on the inside because it's too dark unless you had a white marker pen to write on the inside. All right. So now we can write on the inside. Did I put a bat on the inside? I think I did. So might as well. You have 3 bats, so you can decide 2 of the same size, 1 slightly smaller. So I think I'll put 1 of the same size, one of the 2 of the same size on the inside. So I could either put glue on this bat, but they're little. So what I do is I just put 1 little dab of glue right there, and then just put 1 of the wings on it. And the other one's not glued down, but that doesn't matter because it's gonna stay down. All right, and now, close that one so you can see. I will put my, either you have your stripe or your, I guess that's more like an argyle shape. If you want the black and white, feel free to have that be on the upside. So it would look like, you know, have all black and white, but I kind of like the gray. All right. So now we have these pieces. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this piece onto this piece so they're the same outlined size. So you can either, if you put the glue on the white piece, just make sure it's along the edges because this is a pretty skinny border. You don't want any glue to be seen. Or I think I'm just going to put some glue carefully. A little goes a long way. It's okay if I don't have glue everywhere. Just doing it really lightly. Oops, got it on my hand. All right, so it's not on every section, and that's fine. You can decide if you want it to go in this direction or if you want it to go in this direction. I think I'll go the opposite of this one so then you can see both. It's kind of like how I envision like spooky movies. So sometimes if you're in the forest, you know, you're looking through, I don't know, sometimes the branches are up high and sometimes they're down low. So however you want it. And then you have your haunted house. So you can put that wherever, if you wanted to put that down first too, that's fine. So I think I'll, just trying to decide. I think I'm going to put that close down so it's not like floating. That one's floating, but it's okay because I have the branches in the way. So again, you don't have to put glue everywhere. I think that's really enough. And I'm just going to put it right on top of that frame. Like that. And then you can decide where you want your moon. I use tweezers just to hold it while I decide kind of where I want it. So if you need to move your branches out of the way, you can. If you wanted to stick it like underneath, I think I'll put it pretty close to the haunted house. Again, I'm just putting a little dab of glue. I'm going to sneak it up under that branch, and I'll put it right there. And I think before I put the bats on, I'm going to put it onto the card so I can decide where I want those bats to go. And again, you can put that if you wanted your card to go this way. I should have told you that beforehand, but you can certainly have it go in this direction and put your piece on the side. And then I gave you a bow. You can put that underneath like how I did here. Or if you want that to go somewhere else, you can do that too. I'm just going to stick a little glue there. Rather than use my finger, I'm going to use those tweezers. And that will take a second to set, and that's okay. I'm going to put this right on top. And I put these, what they're called dimensionals. They're kind of these foam pads. And you have this part peels right off. And then it's sticky, and it really kind of pops up or gives dimension, which is where its name comes from. I'm going to put that a little bit on top of my bow, so you're not even going to see where I put that glue. And then you can decide if you want your, they kind of look like spider's legs to me, where you want that. And then you have your bats, so you can decide where you want your bats to go. So you can have them on the card, or you can have them kind of on the haunted house. I have two right here, and they get a little bit lost with the branches. So I think for this card, I think I'm just going to put them, yeah, in that, around that area. And again, I'm just going to put some glue, just a little dab, and then put one of the wings on top. And it's okay that one wing is, because it almost looks like it's flying. Actually, do I want it? It's hard to decide. You can put your bats wherever you'd like. I'm just going to put them back up here. Okay, and that glue will dry clear. All right, so again, I have the branches, these branches are going up, these branches are going down. I realized I did this one in white and this one in vanilla. I think you guys all have white. I think you'll see on the next card, I mixed them up when I printed the Happy Halloween. I printed them on opposite papers, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so the last card, just put those aside, I'll let that glue dry, is this one. And so this, I'm realizing as I'm filming this, I printed this one in vanilla. It was supposed to go opposite, but it really doesn't matter. And so this is actually a shaker card. And so see how the stars are moving? There's bats in there too. And those are kind of moving around, but it's kind of fun. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I have the card base. It's actually called Crushed Curry is the name of the color, kind of a fun name. And I'm also realizing I've already cut yours as I'm filming. So the ones you're going to make are going to open this way. And the one on my sample, I had it open this way. It doesn't really matter. But I did put some bats on the inside. So if you're going to do that, you'll reserve some bats. Don't put them all inside. And I'm going to show you how to do that. You have a piece of the star paper. You have your little label, which have those dimensionals on the back. And then you have this clear envelope with bats and stars on the inside. So you're actually going to take those all out. Get a whole bunch. And you're going to decide before we put them all together where you want your bats. So I have the two larger bats on the outside. So I'm just going to put those aside for now. So it's the two largest ones are those size. Again, you can do whatever you want. And then I did reserve three. I kind of like it. I had put 3 bats on the inside. So I'm just going to reserve 3 bats. And you'll see like there's 2 different shapes to bats because I had 2 different cutouts. I don't know if you can see them. So you could just decide which you want on the inside is the shaker and which you want on the inside of the card. So I think I'm going to put 3 of those on the inside, and all these are going to go inside as my shaker. So you have the clear envelope, and you're going to put your the star paper so it opens up like that. So you have the part that folds down. I want that closest to me. So I'm going to put my star paper in like that, just right in the envelope. And it's a little bit smaller than the envelope, and that's fine. I'm going to kind of push it down so it's kind of flush with the bottom and the left side. So I have a little space on the top and I have space on the side. So I'm going to put all of these guys, all of the stars and the bats, on top of the star paper like that, so they're kind of floating around there. I'm going to turn this over, and there's a peel off part so you can stick your envelope. I'm going to peel that off, and I'm going to fold it down. I'm not going to fold it down so it's exactly flush. I'm going to leave a little bit just to give it some air in there so it actually does shake around. So I probably left about I don't know if you can see, 1/8 of an inch. So it still shakes. And I'm going to do the same thing with this part. I'm just going to fold it down, crease it with my fingernail. And what I want you to do, which I realized I forgot to bring up, is just use like Scotch tape and tape that down. I'm just going to use this one because I already went downstairs to get one more supply item. This is a double-sided tape, so it's just going to stick like that. But just use Scotch tape and just tape that down. So then it looks like this. So you get your shaker, and then we're going to put that right on top of the front of the card. So you can do that with glue. I did this one with glue to make sure the plastic worked. So I'm just going to put glue. Actually, I'm going to put a little glue under this because that didn't seem to stick. My sticky stuff didn't really. Don't worry about what I'm doing right now. This is where your Scotch tape would come into play. There you go. All right. So I have my glue there. I'm just going to flip it over and put it right on the front of my card. And I'm just going to let that sit and dry for a minute. So now I'm going to I'll put the little bats on the inside while that's drying. Again, I'm going to use the same method. I'm just going to put a little glue and just stick one of the wings on there. See, I used too much glue. That will dry clear. I'll just stick some glue on the back side of that wing. You can put them in any arrangement that you want. And if you don't want bats on the inside, you can just put these bats on in the shaker card. So I did them different. So however you want them on the inside of your card. And then you could write a little message. All right. So now, actually, I guess you're going to put your lip, so you can put it on this side, you can put it on this side. These will still shake around a little bit. Maybe I'll put it on this side just so it's different. You can see the two sides. So again, the same thing. You're just going to peel this backing off. And that's just going to stick right on there. Nope, mine was crooked. There we go, that looks better. And then you can decide where you want those other bats that you reserved to go. So this one is too big to go in that corner, so I'm going to put that here. You could put it down below. I think I'll put it here and here. So because this is raised a little bit higher, I don't need I'm not going to put glue in this whole part. So since my bat's going to go here, I'm just going to put a little glue on the back side, right there where it's going to stick on this white paper. Again, they're light pieces of paper, so you really don't need lots and lots of glue. It will stick. Same thing, I'm going to put this one, yeah, I think I'm still going to put that up a little bit. So I just need a little glue on that side of the wing. And it's going to stick right there. All right, cover my glue so it doesn't clog. So those are the two kind of, they don't shake crazy, but you can kind of see that hopefully someone will enjoy getting it in the mail. You got the stars and the bats inside. You get your bats on the inside of those. And I will bring in all of the cards that we just did. So we have the 2 fall cards, right? So this one opens up like that. And this one is just like a standard card, the leaves. And then we have, this is the ones we just made. This is the Halloween card that we just made. And then the shaker card. So I hope you enjoyed your projects. Thank you very much for signing up for the class. And thank you to Debbie and Susan for hosting the class with the Norwell Council on Aging. And I think these card kits to go are kind of fun, and I hope that you do too. Again, I'm Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty, and thank you very much for participating in our fall and Halloween card class. Have a wonderful day and happy Halloween. Bye-bye.